Have you ever felt that you don't have enough control to yourself? There's moments of complacency, of procrastinations. Have you ever been frustrated, been stressed out, and angry at other people in our day? Have you ever felt that the sense of lost when we achieve a small goal or a big goal in our life and don't know what should we do next, and the impact of other kind of thing? Have you ever want a more peaceful and fulfilling life? That's the impact that the book Stoicism, how a guide to live a good life, would give us if we are able to comprehend all of the concepts in the book and be able to apply them into our daily life. First, a little bit on its history then. So the book Stoicism as a philosophy of life was created for more than 2,000 years ago, earlier than the Roman Empire. Its true goal is to be as virtuous as possible, and through that gain a state of tranquility in our mind. But we mostly wanna achieve the tranquility in our mind more than the virtuous thing, because being tranquil means that we will be calmer and more peaceful in various situations in our life. The thing about Stoicism is that it has five main concepts that we need to comprehend and be able to apply to them. The first one is negative visualize. Okay, five core concepts, right? And later on in the book, it would help us to how to apply these different concepts in our life to reduce the amount of negative emotion that we would experience. So not only would Stoicism would help us to be more tranquil, it would also make our life more positive and less negative without being delusional, of course. It's all in our mind, how we perceive our world, because most of the suffering that we get, or the unhappiness that we all experience, are mostly from our mind anyway. It's all from our perspective. There's five core technique. First one is negative visualization. It is to imagine the things that you lose the thing that you currently have. Maybe our arms, our house. Maybe we don't have access to food. What would that happen? How dire would the circumstances or would the scenario be? It helps us immensely to deal with our discomforts and be more gratitude to the thing that we have in our life, especially in the modern day. The second thing is about fatalism. Fatalism is about no. I gotta put that later. The second thing is the dichotomy of control. It tells us to think and put more effort in the thing that we have complete control, rather than the thing that we don't have any complete control over it. Things that we don't have complete control over is the results of the competition, or the opinions about us, the results of some kind of war, the the situation that we ended up when we were born, and lots of various kind of thing, maybe the disasters that we experienced. We shouldn't really be anxious over that, because we weren't able to influence them anyway. Things that we should care about is about our knowledge, about our actions, about our emotional regulation and our efforts. It also says that the more we could influence something, the more we should put effort in, and the less we have influence over something, the less we should be anxious over them. The third thing is about fatalism. Fatalism is to let go of the past and the current present. We shouldn't be regret or worried about the past or the present. because it's already past. We can't influence that. We should only learn lessons from these experience from our past mostly. The only thing that we should worry and plan about is our future, because the present future. Okay, the fourth thing is about self-denial, is to sometimes devoid us from pleasures, from the comforts that we usually experience, and try sometimes subjects us to discomfort. It's pretty similar to the comfort zone kind of concept, because without moving out of our comfort zone, we couldn't really improve and become better every single day. It's also the same with pleasure. This also helps a lot with self-discipline. The final thing is about meditation. It is about reflecting if we have practiced four of the earlier techniques that I've mentioned successfully in our day. When did we get angry over something? When did we grieve over something? It's to reflect upon our actions and try to improve the way that we would deal with our emotions and external circumstances when these happen. It's kind of a visualization, and also, I mean, reflecting is common for lots of learning process, right? And the next of the next concepts on the book, it helps us to deal with our angriness, our nervous, our regret, our grief, our enviness, the things that all of us would experience. Think that's how to deal with insults, how to deal with old age, and other kind of thing. They are all dealt with through four techniques: the negative visualization, self-denial, fatalism, and dichotomy of control. The thing that I have learned greatly from this book is that, although I am not 100% stoicism, I still learned a lot and take a lot from that book and be able to apply them into my daily life. Of course, stoicisms aren't for everyone, and there are certain kinds of people that aren't suitable to follow this kind of advice. But most of us could learn from this and greatly improve our life. The thing is that I am more gratitude over the thing that I'm currently possessed, like the phone that I currently have to be able to record this video, the house that I'm currently living in, my parents, my friends. I become more gratitude, not only about the materials that I possessed, but also the thing, my own body, my mind. I have a mind that could learn new things and adapt to new environments. I have healthy legs and arms that I could use to exercise or to run to different kind of locations. I become more gratitude toward that, and I'm grateful to have these. So I'm grateful to have these things that I possess, and I'm grateful to have the potential to do things that I currently can't. So I have become much more motivated and much more driven for myself to improve days after day, to become better versions of myself every day, without being complacency or without subject myself to too much comfort or pleasure. I find that combined with the comfort zone concepts, that I have be able to control my urge, regulate my emotions, and move toward my goal much faster. Another thing is that I don't regret about my past that much. I don't experience a series of what if anymore. And whenever I have a bad day, when I have a bad performance, I usually get negative and regret a lot of things and self-harm, self-denial at the end of the day. But now after I read and comprehend the book, I just accept reality. I just accept the fact that I have screwed my day and be able to rest, to sleep, and get on the next day with more motivations and with more drive than ever, rather than just being regretted and hate myself and try to make up for the things that I have felt in the current day. Like we usually try to be more productive, like maybe more productive through studying through the last hour of the day, being up late through our midnight motivations and study all kind of thing, when we spend our daytimes through pleasure, entertainment activities and pleasure, right? It's basically like that. I also become more tranquil and calm in lots of other situations. I am less, I'm less timid to new challenges, and also I'm more courageous, I would think. I'm less likely to avoid challenges, and I would have liked to experience challenges to be able to hone over the practice of stoicism and to be able to improve myself every single day. That's literally the thing. And the last really important thing is that through being calm, being tranquil, and without being affected too much by external situations and other negative people, without being too without being without being too emotional over some other things, or being negative or angry over other people's opinion. I've been able to live more fully, to be more present in my life. And I found that to be more fulfilling. That's it for today's video. I have pretty much successfully summarized the book, so I'm gonna make it the title through this video. I have tried to summarize it, and it's the 4th time already. Thank you for listening to this video. If you have watched it to this way, it's probably days 57 or 58. Although I don't think that my intonation is up to point and my grammar is still bad, pronunciations just still having some problems. But I've tried my best, and yeah, I'm gonna keep improve more and more in the future. So yeah, I'm content with that. Not really content, but I'm good with that for now.